Chapter 2 War Between Women. When the incident happened, we were taking the basic course of the subject. A girl kicked open the classroom door and broke in, completely ignoring the dignity of the teacher. She walked up to Shang Shu in front of everyone and waved her hand and slapped her. Everyone was stunned by this shock. The audience silently watched this scene. The gray-haired old professor began to hold his chest and grope for the quick-acting heart pills in his school bag. Shang Shu's eyes widened in disbelief, and tears filled instantly. Everyone was in an uproar, and the old professor turned on the microphone to the maximum. "It's too outrageous. Report your name and student number." The girl glanced around quietly, her eyes were hollow and cold, and I suddenly noticed that her pupils flashed a uniform golden light. For a moment, I even felt that her pupils shrank into a straight line, like some kind of cold-blooded reptile. She suddenly reached out to grab Shang Shu. Fusu quickly grabbed her wrist, and then an incredible scene happened. The strange girl who looked thin and frail actually broke Fusu, the black belt of judo, bit by bit. The hands and bones made a protest-like sound of clack, clack, and a few boys behind came up to help pull the two of them away. The unknown girl went crazy and tried to rush through the crowd. Lanting stood up and protected Shang Shu behind her, with a rare fear on her face. Just listening to bang, the world became quiet, the convulsed stranger fell to the ground, and an Oxford dictionary rolled twice and fell to the side. Facing the strange eyes that everyone suddenly looked at, I tried my best to make an innocent expression, and sincerely prayed that no one saw my carefree signature on the title page of the dictionary. Lanting put down her glasses in shock. "Little spiritual fairy, it turns out that you are the most sturdy one. Well, for the safety of public property, I just lost my fame. The aftermath is always going to be a little more troublesome. I don't know what the madwoman and Shang Shu have for killing her father and taking her husband, and she can actually do such a thing that goes against the education syllabus in broad daylight. But according to the parties and all possible related, she confessed that Shang Shu didn't know her at all. The most bizarre thing is that the madwoman who was knocked unconscious by a dictionary of mine woke up the next day, but she didn't know what happened. The school officials went crazy. According to my analysis, Lanting's sharp eyes shot out from under her glasses. Copying Conan, this is most likely jealousy, naked jealousy. But I have no impression of this person at all. The beauty defended aggrievedly. You are famous all over the world, even if you don't know her, she must know you, the schoolgirl of our school. Fusu pouted. Do you think that girl is mentally ill, someone you don't know at all? No matter how jealous you are, you can't be so outrageous, let alone gossip behind your back, in front of so many people. Perverts happen every year, how special is this year? It makes sense. Lanting nodded. Otherwise, how can you explain that she doesn't remember anything when she wakes up? I think she looked at me as if she had some deep hatred. Shang Shu shrank, if it wasn't for little spiritual fairy dictionary. Apart from this, do you think there is anything strange about that girl? I vaguely felt that things were not right. We only experienced the middle part. I don't know the cause and effect, so I can only guess randomly. This. Shang Shu thought back and shook her head. I was completely blinded at the time, and Fusu and Lanting were always in front of me. That madwoman's hands are very strong. Fusu rubbed her fingers with a grin, and there was a little bruise on the joints. It turned out that someone told me that crazy people were powerful. I don't believe it. Very strong hand. Lanting suddenly hesitated. When you say this, why do I feel like this woman has an amplifier on her body? It's as if her hand's strength and emotions have been amplified. I remembered the hollowness and coldness in those eyes, and suddenly felt that the weather had cooled down. End of chapter 2.